Hi everybody, I hope you all are doing great. So welcome to the next lecture of this DP series. And the problem we are going to solve today, I was not able to find any online ID kind of thing to submit the code itself. So we are going to do this problem through this GFG, you can say article only. But of course, the problem is very important and it is pretty similar to the previous problem itself, right? I'm going in a very structured manner, right? I'm taking you through a very structured manner to, solve all these DP problems. So I don't want to miss out on a good problem just because there is no IDE for that problem, right? So let's look at this important problem, which is called count number of ways to partition a set into k subsets, right? What happens many times is you just read the problem statement and you think that, problem is so difficult. Count the number of ways to partition a set into k subsets. Okay. Let us first read the problem and then judge whether this problem is easy or difficult, right? Given two numbers n and k, n is given, k is given, where n represents the number of elements in a set. So of course, n is the total number of elements there are. Find the number of ways to partition the set into k subsets. So what are the number of ways you can partition n people into k teams or k subsets, something like that, right? Problem statement seems a little bit tricky, but let's first go to the, I would say board itself and then understand there that what is actually this n and what is actually this k. So what is given according to the problem is you're given a number n and you're given a number of k. You have to divide, you have to tell me the number of ways in which you can divide these n people into k different teams or k different sets, right? Let us analyze. So for example, n is equal to 1 and let's say k is equal to, let's say n is equal to, let's say there are 3 people and you want to divide these people into 3 teams, right? How many number of ways can you do that? For example, let's say the people are 1, 2 and 3. How many ways can you divide these people into 3 teams? There is only one way. Everybody comes single in every set. So there are 3 sets, there are k sets and everybody of them are coming single, and this is a single way to divide 3 people into 3 teams, right? So if I ask you that how there are n people, there are 3 people, and to tell me the number of ways to divide them in 3 teams, right? So everyone goes to a single team, right? That is the only way you can achieve that thing, right? So okay, all right. So these are the number of ways when n is equal to 3 and of course k is equal to 3 itself, right? What if n is equal to, let's say, 4 and k is equal to 1? You have to divide 4 people in one team. Yeah, if I want to make a single team out of these 4 people, there is only one way, that all of these 4 people, 1, 2, 3 and 4, all of these 4 people are coming inside a single set. You have to divide all these people in a single set itself. So when n equal to k, this means that answer is 1. There is only one way to divide n people into k teams, right? If n and k is equal like each other, right? If for example n, and of course no team can be empty, right? That is the scenario, right? You have to divide the things, and if you're saying that one team is empty, then you're not making total k teams, right? So this means that when n is equal to k, there is only one way to divide everybody in a single team. When k is equal to 1, when you want to add everybody to a single team, there's also a single way basically to divide everybody in a single team itself, right? So these are some of the cases which we are familiar with. Let's say if n is equal to k, we know the answer for this case. When k is equal to 1, we know the answer to this case, right? Let us see if there are any other cases just like this. For example, you want to divide 4 people in 6 teams. Can you do that? You cannot do that, right? This means that if n is smaller than k, when you want to divide 3, let's say there are 3 people, 1, 2 and 3, and you want to form 4 teams out of these 3 people, you will not be able to form these 4 teams, right? So there is zero way, like there are 0 ways to basically divide the people when n is less than k. And of course when n is equal to k, there is of course a single way. When k is equal to 1 also, there is a single way to divide these people in teams, right? So these are some of the cases we already know the answer for. Let us analyze a case for which we do not know the answer for, or maybe a special case for which we want to calculate the answer when, let's say, any condition other than these 3 conditions. And I hope these conditions are clear to everybody. So let us analyze a case where we do not know the answer, or some special kind of case. Basically, let's say that you want to divide 4 people into 3 teams. How many ways you can do that? Let us imagine, let us see. So you have to make 3 teams. Let's say you'll make a team called 1, 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are coming single, 1 and 2 are coming together, you're forming 3 teams. Okay, let's try to form some other type of three teams. One is coming single, two is coming with three this time, and four is single. Okay, let's pair up two and four now. So one is coming single, three is coming single, and two is coming along with four. This is another type of team, right? Okay, are there any more ways? You can see that one is not paired with four till now. So let's try to pair one with four. Right, let's try to pair one with three first. So one paired with three, two is single, four is single, definitely. Now tell me one thing. Can I write something like this? One and now three is going to get paired with two, right? Two, three, four. But can you see these two things are all this particular kind of division I have already covered before. So I cannot consider this now. Correct? Let's pair up 3 and 4 together. 1 coming single, 2 coming single, and 3 and 4 coming together. Okay. Let's try to pair up 1 and 4 together now. 1 coming with 4, 2 is coming single, 3 is coming single. Okay. Let's try to pair up 4 with 2, 1 coming single, 4 coming with 2, 3 is coming single. And can you see that this thing has already been covered before? I'll show you that here, yes. You can see these two things are actually, both of them are same, right? And even if look, 4 tries to get paired up with 3, this thing is actually covered before itself. So you can see that there are no more ways to divide 4 people into 3 teams, and these are all the possible ways you can divide these 4 people into 3 teams itself, right? So this is the problem statement. You have to tell me how many. You don't have to list out the number of like all the ways. No, you just have to tell me the total ways. Like there are 6 ways. 6 is the answer for this test case when n is equal to 4 and k is equal to 3. I hope the problem is pretty clear to you, and if the problem is still not clear, don't worry. We'll be studying about recursion solution for this problem, and don't worry if you're not able to figure out how am I getting all these ways, right? Don't worry about that. We'll figure out the recursion of this problem, and then you'll be more comfortable to follow, right? Okay, so let us look at the recursion tree kind of thing for this problem, and let us see how do you think in these types of questions. Pretty similar to friends pairing itself. Let's see this now. So let us see the recursion tree kind of thing for this problem. Don't right now, just forget about the problem statement itself. We are going to see the recursion itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say these are the 4 people, and I want to divide these people into 3 teams. Correct? Okay. At first, we are going to talk about this 4. We are going to talk about this 4. 4 will say that if I create a separate team of my own, if 4 says that I'll create a separate team of my own, can I say the remaining people, which are 1, 2, 3, have to form the remaining 2 teams? Yes or no? Look at this. If 4 is forming a team of its own, it is coming alone in that team. Can I simply say that remaining people have to form remaining number of teams? So 3 people have to form 2 teams, right? Correct. If 4 is coming single, right? Okay. If 4 wants to join some other teams, if 4 wants to join other teams made by others, so others have to make, remaining people have to make, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 have to make 3 teams itself. 4 is not coming alone this time. This means that we still have to make that third team, right? Is this clear? So 4 is not coming. This is when 4 is coming alone. And 4, since 4 is coming alone, 4 is consuming a team. This means that remaining team are 2. But here 4 is coming with others. When 4 is coming with others, this means that 4 is not creating a team of its own. It will join some already created team. This means that the responsibility of creating k teams now comes on the remaining people. Don't worry, it will get clear. Don't worry. So look at this. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this 3 now, right? If 3 comes alone, if 3 comes with others, if 3 comes alone, if 3 comes with others. Now if 3 comes alone, right, it is making a single team. So it is consuming the amount of teams which are remaining. So others, which is 1 and 2, have to form a single team. And in how many ways they can form a single team? Here anybody can form, any number of people can form a single team only in one way, that is by coming together. So 1 and 2 have returned that there is this way only so that we can make a team. This is the only way we are able to make a single team. They have returned a single team here. Okay. Alright. This is the base case we talked about earlier, right? Okay. Let's see if 3 is trying to join others. So what will happen here? If 3 is trying to join others, So other people, the responsibility of making all the teams lies on the other people, because 3 joining other people here. It is not making a group of its own. It is not consuming the K. This means that the responsibility of making the teams, other teams, lies on who? It lies on the other people. Like exactly K teams should be made by other people. Now you can see here again base case is getting hit. So you have to form 2 teams by 2 peoples. How can you form? There's only one way you can form 2 teams. You're like, let's say there are 2 people. Let's say there's a person called A and B, and you have to form 2 teams. Yeah, you will send A in a single team and B in another team. You have formed 2 teams, and there is only single way you can do it like this, right? So they will return what? They will return something like this, that 1 is coming in a single team and 2 is coming in a single team. Is this clear to everybody? That when we wanted to form a team, single team with 1 and 2, 1 and 2 are coming in a single team. When we wanted to form 2 teams with 1 and 2, 1 and 2 are coming in different teams, and this is getting returned from here. Let us see what gets returned from this particular index, and now you will get the complete understanding of this question. Look at this alone thing. In this choice, like right now, what is the test? Don't forget about this case. We are not talking about this case. Right now, just talk about this case. Out of 3 people, we have to form 2 teams. Right. Now, if this third person is coming alone, right? So these people are forming a single team and this third person is coming alone. Okay. Look at here. If this third person joins the other teams, so once 3 will try to join a team with 1, and then 3 will try to join a team with 1 comma 2 3 2. So you can see that 3 is once trying to join with 1 and 3 is another time trying to join with 2. So can I simply say that there are 3 ways if I want to form, you can see, a team of 3 people, right? There are 3 ways I want to form 2 teams using 3 people, right? I hope this is clear to everybody. When 3 is coming alone, 3 gets added like this only in front of every test case which is coming here. 3 will get joined in front. But here basically, right, the number of teams which are getting formed, 3 will try to enter them one by one, and for every one of them it will increment a count, right? So this is the case for 3. Don't worry, if it's still not clear, let's explore this approach and it will be more clear. Now there are 3 people, you want to divide them in 3 teams. Here 3 people, 3 teams. Only one way is possible, that everybody is coming single. So this is getting run from here, this is getting run from here. Now the things will get interesting. Full focus. Dekho yaar. Full focus. Dekho. We were talking about this 4, right? We were talking about this 4 on this stage. When 4 is coming alone, other people are able to make these 3 teams. So fourth team is made by 4. The third team is made by 4. Right? We have to form 3 teams. My bad. To form 3 teams. 4 is coming alone. This means that it is forming the third team. Rest 2 teams are formed by others. So when 4 comes alone, how many ways can we make 3 teams? 1, 2, 3. 4 is making its own team. 1, 3, 2. And 4 is making its own team. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 4 is making its own team. So whenever 4 is able to come alone, 4 is able to form these teams. But when 4 is not forming any team of its own, when 4 wants to join other teams, how many teams are made? How many teams are made? Once 4 will try to come with this one. 1, 4, 2, 3. 4 will now try to come with, you can say, 4 will try to come with 2 now. And it will try to come with second team. So 1, 2, 4, 3. 4 is joining others, right? Here again 4 will try to come with other people. So 2 and 3, 4. And these are all the possible ways. Like we counted 6 ways, right? Earlier we counted these 6 ways, right? And these are the exact 6 ways which are formed here, right? These are the exact 6 ways that we are able to form here, right? So I'll just verify that we are getting the correct answer. Look at this. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 3 2 4 1 3 2 4 1 2 3 4 1 4 2 3 1 2 4 3 1 2 4 3. This is the way. 1 2 3 and 4. So these are all the ways we are able to make 3 teams with 4, right? And I think that it is clear right now that what we are going to do, but the formula is not clear, that what is the generic formula we are going to use in order to solve this problem, right? Just in friends pairing, this is similar to that only. Look. If I want to calculate how many ways I can make n k teams with n people. If the nth person comes alone, this means that I have to calculate how much. I have to calculate in how many ways I'll be able to make, like how many n, how many in how, like how many ways I can make. The nth person is coming alone, so kth team is formed by nth person. How many ways I can form k minus 1 teams using n minus 1 people? And right, if the like nth person will try to join others, in how many ways I can form k teams, because now the responsibility of forming all the k teams lies on others. In how many ways I can form k teams using n minus 1 people. But here can I simply say that the nth person will try to join each of them, like each of every k team, right? You can see here now, once 4 was trying to join 1th team, 2th team, 3rd team, right? This means that the formula is what? I will try to get these two things, and the like last formula is how many ways if I am coming unknown, n minus 1 comma k minus 1 plus if I try to join others, how many teams will be formed by others? K teams, multiplied by how many teams others are able to form, how many ways others are able to form k teams. So I'll try to join each team. That's why I'll try to join each team, and there are k teams which are formed by others. That's why I'm multiplying here by k. And I hope this is clear that this is the overall solution to this problem. F of n minus 1, f of n comma k is equal to f of n minus 1 k minus 1. We are trying to come alone. You can definitely see here, I exactly added all these cases here. 3 cases there, I added 3 cases here. Here there is only one case, but 4 will try to join with every team. So 3 times this one case is 3 only, right? So alone with others. And I hope this thing is pretty much clear to everybody, right? And I know that this problem, intuition for this problem is not very strong, right? You'll not be able to get a very strong intuition of this problem, but still this problem is somewhat basically is same as the French pairing problem itself, and recently this problem has been asked in the interviews itself. So this is the approach to this problem. I hope it is clear to everybody. Let us look at the recursive code for this problem, and then we'll try to optimize it using memoization and tabulation. So you must be wondering that how we'll be able to code this when I'm not coding it on any IDE, right? So basically GFG have this functionality. So basically you just go to any of these codes, you can edit this code here, right? And we are going to code it like this, like I'll just remove their code and we'll write our own code, right? So like this is a good problem. I don't want to miss any problem out, right? I want to give you the complete understanding of every type of DP problem. It is similar to French pairing, so that you can relate that these are some of the types of the DP problem itself. Let's try to code it. So basically first the base cases. If n is equal to k, right? Basically if n is 0, if there are 0 people, or if I have to divide people in 0 teams, here how many ways I can divide 0 people in any k teams, or in how many ways I can divide n people in 0 teams? 0. There is no way you can divide 0 people, or you can divide people in 0 teams. Okay. If n is greater than k, right? This is the test case. If k is greater than n, right? This is the test case we looked at, right? If you want to divide 2 people in 5 teams, here how will we be able to divide 2 people in 5 teams? Return 0 from this case as well. Okay. If you want to divide you want to divide all the people in one team, you will return 1. If you want to divide basically, or I'll just add an or here, or if you want to divide n people into k teams, then only there is one way, that you will divide everybody in a single team itself. So these are the base cases. Let us look at the code of this. So basically, according to the recursion function, if I'm coming alone, if the if nth person is coming alone, this means that it is forming the kth team. The rest of the people have to form n minus 1 people have to form the k minus 1 teams. This is the responsibility they have to do. And if I'm coming with others, this means that I'll be coming in k teams. So k into 1 by 1, I'll try to join every team. So I'll be joining k teams. There will be any number of possibilities will be there. I'll be multiplying it by k, because I am joining those teams one by one, right? So if I am not forming the kth team, I want to join other teams. So the responsibility of forming the other teams are like the same. The k teams itself are on n minus 1 people, and this is the code for it. In the end, I'll simply return if I come alone plus if I come with others. That is the simple as that. I'll just write, let's say we are having 4 people, I want to divide it in 3 teams. I think that this is the test case we were working on, and the answer was 6, right? So let us run this. So answer is 6, right? And this is the recursive code, and let's quickly convert it to memoization and tabulation and bind this video. So to write the memoization code for this problem, I just write public, basically public static. Basically I can simply copy this recursion function, and I can also edit this just like we have done a lot. Memo, I'll have to have a DP as well, and how many dimensions that DP will have? 2 parameters are getting changed. This means two dimensions DP will be having, right? Okay. And these are the base cases. After base cases, of course, here also I'll change the name of this function. So memo is the name of the function. Memo is the name of the function. And here recall and remember is remaining. So if dp of I comma j is not equal to -1, I'll simply return dp of I comma j. Okay. And remember is what? When we have calculated the answer for any case, I'll simply remember it. If these tricks are not clear to you, you can definitely refer to the first video, which is Fibonacci series, and we are going in a proper order of questions. So if you are directly coming on this video, there'll be some problem you'll be facing, and I'm not guaranteeing that you'll be understanding fully if you are coming directly to this video itself. In DP, I have to create new integer. So I am using DP as n and k, right? I have written I and j. I have to actually use here n and k, right? Because these are the two parameters which are getting changed. N and k I'll be using here, right? So n and k. So DP, I think it is clear to everybody. Here in memo, I have to of course pass DP here. So yes, I think it is clear to everybody. So n, I'll take it as n plus 1, and to like the second dimension, I'll take it as k plus 1, right? And here I'll pass n and k, and DP. Of course, n and k are the integer I want. N is 4, let's say, and k is 3. That you want to divide 4 people in 3 teams, right? So let us quickly try to get this answer to this case. Let's see if there are any errors or something like that. So answer is 0. Okay, answer is 0 because we are checking here is -1 is there or not. Every time there'll be a 0 initially, like 2D array is initialized as 0 only at every space. So I'll fill it with -1s. So for integer I is equal to 0, I less than equal to n I plus plus, I'll simply do what? I'll simply basically arrays dot fill dp with a dp of ith array with -1. So the whole 2dp will be filled with -1s, stating that I have not calculated the answer for those cases. So arrays dot fill. Okay, I think they're not java dot util dot star. We will import java dot util dot star, and then we will try to run this. Let's see if it is working now. It is giving the correct answer. Let's quickly convert this to tabulation and then bind the video. So for tabulation, basically, I'll just create public static integer tabulation, right? I'll pass integer capital N here, and I'll pass integer capital K here, right? I'm passing it as capital and small. There is a reason behind that, and pass the DP as well. So the function I'm looking at. Okay, I want to start a loop. How many loops will I have? Of course, DP is 2 dimensional, so 2 loops I'll be having. This is a trick I'm talking about, right? This is direct tricks. I have derived direct tricks to these DP questions to make them easier, right? So if you're able to figure out recursion, you'll be giving 3 approaches to your interviewer, and you will just smash to that interview, right? So if you are not familiar with these tricks, you can definitely watch, Fibonacci series question. I'm just redirecting to the first problem where we have discussed this trick itself, and you can definitely. And if you want to follow this whole playlist, you're very welcome. And we are going to cover a lot of important questions in this playlist. So yeah, so I'm going to have 2 loops definitely. Okay, and those loops will be starting from where? They'll be starting from base cases. What are the base cases? N is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0, right? N is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0. These are the base cases for integer n. Now I will not take I here. I will take a small n. That's why I've taken, so that I can easily copy paste this code inside the loop, right? N will start from 0. N less than equal to capital N and n plus plus. I hope all this code is clear to everybody, right? N plus plus, right? And inside this n loop, I'll start a loop for integer small k is equal to 0, small k less than capital K less than equal to capital K, small k plus plus. Right. Now, inside here, I'll simply copy paste this code. This is the trick for converting memoization to tabulation itself. I'll just copy paste this code. Okay. And if DP is becoming easier for you, just do tell me in the comment section. I read all the comments, I reply to all the comments, so do that. Okay. So n is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0. Wherever, the next trick is that wherever return statement is written, just remember and continue. So I'll do what here? Return 0 is here now. So I'll write here dp of n comma k is equal to 0 and continue. Right? Correct. K is greater than n. Here also what I'll do? Basically, I can add this case as OR case, right? I can add this as OR case here. Or n is k is greater than n, right? Okay. There are more return statements. So if n is equal to 1 or k is equal to k, right? N is equal to k. Here I have to remember dp of nk is equal to 1. So dp of n comma k is equal to 1, and then I'll continue. Alright. So okay. Here this is the recall statement from memoization. I'll remove this recall statement, and last return statement is remaining. I'll simply remove this. This is actually symbolizing that we are remembering and returning. Okay, remembering and continue. Okay. So wherever I'm calling memo, what will I do? Basically, I'll simply say that. Okay, I'll simply say that. I'll simply call. Basically, I'll simply call dp of n minus 1 k minus 1 here. I'll simply try to access dp array here, and here also what will I do? Basically I'll try to access dp of basically k into dp of wherever memo is there. Check wherever you're calling memo, just replace that by accessing dp n minus 1 comma k comma k. And of course here n minus 1 can go less than, like, of course it can go equal to 0, something like that. That case is handled here because 0 cases are getting handled here, right? So I think this is it. Yes, we have converted tabulation, like memoization, to tabulation itself. I'll simply return dp of capital N comma capital K, and that will be the answer for this. I'll simply call here basically tabulation, right? And let's try to run this code. I hope there'll be no errors. If there'll be any, we'll just fix them. Okay, it's just giving the 6 answer, and this is the complete code for this problem. I'll share this exact code on GitHub itself. The GitHub repository is down below. I didn't want to miss this question just because there is no IDE to solve this question. So definitely, I hope it is clear to everybody, right? You can of course try your own test cases, and you can check whether it will work or not. Definitely, this is the code itself. And thanks a lot everybody for watching this whole video through. I hope you're liking the content, right? And yes, if you're liking the things, then please subscribe to the channel and like the channel. We are close to 350 subscribers, so let's cross that benchmark, and yes, let's try to run for 500 subscribers next, right? So thanks a lot everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Until the next video drops, bye.